Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. In this video, we're still going to talk about the nucleophilic substitution reaction of haloalkane. And besides that, we're going to explain the elimination reaction of haloalkane, which we have covered actually in our chapter 12.2 alkene. But then first, let's look at the page 4. We're going to continue the substitution reaction. Okay, so for this reaction, what we're going to form is actually ester. So what is actually ester? So ada C double bond O dengan another carbon. Okay, so beza dia dengan ether is that masih lagi COC, but then one of the carbon contain double bond O. Okay, but then remember carbon must have 4 bond. Oxygen memang cukup saja 2 bond because they have 2 lone pair. Okay, so our reagent ni is actually RCOO minus dengan Na plus. Okay, so our nucleophile is actually R ni again R2 any alkyl group lah. Okay, so we're going to substitute pun RCOO negative. Okay, so ini adalah in terms of condense. Okay, but then let's look macam mana pula if the structure is expanded. So this is actually expanded structure. So RCOO and E ni macam ni kita expandkan structure dia. So I'm just gonna rearrange dia di sini. Okay, so what we have here, so contohnya dekat example A ni, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write down adanya expanded, lepas tu senang lah nak tulis negative dengan positively charge. So how we're gonna draw this? Okay, remember that Na plus akan combine dengan Cl minus to form NaCl. So what's left adalah, okay, so here what we have adalah oxygen bonded to carbon have double bond O. So this is actually our ester. Okay, but then carbon is bonded to our CH3, our methyl. So that's question A. So question B adalah skeletal structure. So let's do it together lah. Okay, so I'm just going to write down negative positively charged. Okay, so Na ni akan combine dengan living group Br minus, dapatlah NaBr. Tapi what is left adalah, okay, so carbon ni akan bonded pada oxygen. Okay, oxygen ni must bonded to carbon yang ada double bond O. So tunjuk satu bond dekat sini. Okay, lepas tu carbon ni is actually bonded to double bond O. So I have to show the double bond O. Okay, and then pada carbon double bond O ni ada lagi satu CH3. So I'm just going to show it here. So satu bond sahaja, one line. So this is actually our ester. Okay, yang ni kita buat semua sama-sama lah. Example C. Okay, so dekat sini kita tengok. Okay, so in this case ada O minus dan Na plus. So that is our byproduct kita plus NaCl. So what we have here adalah we have kita punya 5 carbon, ada methyl. Okay, Cl ni we're gonna substitute dengan oxygen. Okay, so oxygen ni, so I'm gonna draw one oxygen here. Okay, bonded kepada satu carbon. Yang carbon ni adanya double bond O. So I'm gonna draw double bond O. Lepas tu pada the same carbon, okay, dia bonded kepada 2 carbon. 1, 2. Okay, so this is actually the product. So Miss dah substitute lah. If you be unsure, label lah sahaja carbon tu. Okay. Question D, I believe you could do it yourself. Now let's proceed with the next page. So for the number 6. Okay, so the product is actually amine. So what is actually amine? N2 is bonded to hydrogen and one of it must be bonded to any alkyl group lah. So this is the expanded structure. Okay, NH3 or our ammonia. So this is actually the expanded structure. For the case of nitrogen, dia memang hanya ada 3 bond sahaja. Okay, so nucleophile kita adalah NH3. Okay, because for the case of nucleophile, there's 2 type. One, it must be negatively charged ataupun adanya presence of lone pair. Dalam kes ni adanya presence of lone pair pada nitrogen. Okay, so what we're going to substitute for this case adalah we're going to substitute our halogen with NH2. Okay, and then remember that nitrogen must have 3 bond and ada the presence of 1 lone pair. So sebab itulah NH3 tu boleh, ataupun amine ni RNH2 pun boleh sebab masih lagi 3 bond 1 lone pair. So yang ini cuma betulkan, tak nak number 2 ni, I don't want any number 2. Okay, so what happened here, what we're going to substitute adalah Cl ni akan substitute with our NH2. So up to you whether you want to do it the expanded way ataupun nak buat condense. Okay, so this is the expanded one lah. Okay, so this is amine kita. So question B pun sama juga. Okay, so BR ni akan combine dengan akan jadi substitute with NH2. So sebenarnya ada one hydrogen ni akan react dengan bromine, but then again byproduct is not compulsory for you to write it down. So that's why lah, kalau tak tulis pun tak apa. Okay, question C, what we're gonna do, we're gonna substitute our bromine with NH2 lah. Okay, so that's it. That is actually our product. Question D, I believe you could do it yourself. So let's look for number 7. So dalam case ni, our reagent is KCN. So there could be K plus dengan Cn minus. Sebenarnya sodium pun boleh. So dalam case ni, our nucleophile is Cn minus. Okay, sebab dia our negatively charged. So produk kita adalah nitrile. Nitrile tu adalah our Cn. So we're going to substitute Cn. Ataupun sebenarnya Cn ni is actually C triple bonded to nitrogen. Okay, so kita tengok carbon dah cukup 4 bond. Okay, and then nitrogen memang dia nak 3 bond saja sebab adanya presence of lone pair. So this is actually up to you lah which one you're gonna draw it. Okay, so contohnya dekat sini, what is our product? We're gonna substitute Cl ni dengan Cn ataupun nak tunjuk C triple bond dengan N pun boleh juga. So actually ada byproduct dia, but if you don't want to write pun it's fine. Byproduct dia KCl lah. So dalam case ni, I believe you could try it yourself. Okay, so actually we have learned all the nucleophilic substitution. Okay, remember first thing first adalah we're going to determine what is our nucleophile lah. So senang nak tahu apa yang akan substitute. Okay, so number 1 dengan 2 ni sama je. We're going to substitute OH. Number 3 and 4 kita akan substitute O dengan R to form ether. 5 ni dia panjang sikit, RCOO. Number 6 dengan 7 quite straightforward, and substitute NH2. 7 triple bond C triple bond N. Yang susah sikit sebenarnya adalah determine what is our R sahaja. So that's it for the substitution reaction. So now let's look for the case of elimination. Okay, so elimination is something that we have learned in alkene. So, kali ni kita akan belajar dehydrohalogenation of haloalkane. Okay, satu kita akan lost our bromine ataupun our chlorine, depends on what halogen present, and we're gonna lose of our hydrogen from the next carbon lah. Okay, and then check the classification of hydrogen, tertiary ke primary ke secondary, to determine the major and minor product. Okay, tapi again kali ni we have to make sure dia kena ada etoh ataupun our ethanol. Itu elimination. If we do not have any etoh, itu adalah we're going to substitute OH sahaja. For the case of ethanol, barulah adanya elimination reaction. Okay, to form our alkene. Okay, so let's look here. Example A. So I'm going to remove one chlorine. Okay, lepas tu kita akan remove hydrogen from the next carbon. So pilihlah yang mana-mana hydrogen sebab sama sahaja primary. So here I have 2 carbon. Okay, lepas tu again tak boleh remove hydrogen dan chlorine yang from here. Sekejap. Kena hydrogen from next carbon. Kalau ni tak boleh sebab from the same carbon. So kena hydrogen from the next carbon. Okay, so contohnya from here I'm going to remove one of hydrogen sini, dan chlorine bisa removekan. Okay, so tambah HCl. Okay, tapi sekarang ni each carbon is only 3 bond. Elimination akan form alkene kan? So adalah triple bond. So when we check here, each carbon ada 4 bond. Yang ni Miss Lucas supaya split ya. Okay, so question B kita tengok. We're going to remove one halogen which is bromine, and hydrogen mesti from the next carbon ni. Okay, so for both case, sebelah kanan, bodyguard kanan kiri sama sahaja, is actually primary. So any pun boleh. Okay, so I'm just going to choose. Okay, so and then remove HBr. So what is left, we have to add double bond. Okay, so carbon yang 3 bond tu kita akan add our double bond alkene. Okay, question C. Okay, so kita tengok carbon bromine ni, tengok next carbon. So this carbon is bonded to 3 carbon, so it's tertiary carbon ataupun tertiary hydrogen pada dia. The first one is primary. So different class means that we have two different product. So kita determine lah which one yang major. Okay, so I'm going to show the major product first. So I'm going to remove hydrogen from my tertiary carbon. Okay, I'm just going to draw the expanded one je lah. Okay. Okay, so when we remove HBr, when we remove HBr, we're going to add our double bond to form our alkene. Okay, and then since we remove it from our tertiary hydrogen, so this is my major product. Okay, so again the major product because we remove hydrogen from our tertiary carbon. So right now I'm going to draw the minor one. So for the minor one, I'm just going to copy paste it here. Cuma, okay, padam sikit yang double bond ni dulu. Okay, yang ini. So it's between carbon number 1 dengan carbon number 2 yang I'm going to remove my HBr. So this is my minor product. Okay, let's look for question D together lah. Question D ni skeletal structure kan. So this is carbon bromine. So we're going to remove bromine. Okay, and then we're going to remove hydrogen from next carbon. Okay, so sebelah dia dekat sini. So there's 2 here. So this carbon is tertiary carbon. Okay, this one is secondary carbon. Okay, kat sini ada satu hydrogen. Sini pun ada satu hydrogen juga. Okay, so bila kita remove tertiary akan jadi major. Primary akan jadi minor. Okay, so kalau yang bromine ni sebab kita dah remove kan, so we don't have to show the bond lah. Kita biarkan sahaja. Yang hydrogen pun tidak tunjuk, but then we know we have our methyl. Dah remove hydrogen bromine. So from where we remove our HBr, situlah kita akan add in our double bond. So this is our major product. Minor product kita pula is between the secondary dengan our bromine ni. So here is our double bond. So I'm going to label it minor product. Question E and F, you could try yourself.